now listening to the NFT Quarterback Podcast with your host, the man, the myth, the legend, Riki Danny.
What's good, man? Your
Bro,
boy Trey.
you broke his ankle, huh?
Ah,
In two
man,
places.
I seen the play, and when he was on the ground, I was like, man, his foot doesn't look the right way. And then he stood up, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe it was just a bad camera angle. And then he stood up, and then he immediately went back down. I was like, oh,
Ooh,
that's not good.
yo, that's no bueno. But
Yeah,
let me be honest with you, Danny. That stuff happens, man.
I
2007,
know.
Tom Brady comes out, or 2008, Tom Brady comes out. Okay, and then he breaks his leg. Yeah, that stuff happens, man. So
Yeah, that stuff happens.
yeah, that's why they needed to bring Jimmy G out one way or the other.
I mean,
Yo,
that when they re-signed him and they restructured his deal from I think it was 25 mil to 6 mil. I was just like, that's a good decision, you know?
yeah,
Like that works out on both ends because for this exact scenario, no one wanted this to happen, right? But it was just injuries are part of the game. You could be a running back, a wide receiver, corner, quarterback. They're unpredictable.
yeah,
You never know who's gonna get hurt. First play of the game, last play of the game. They're unpredictable, and the only thing you can do is have roster depth. At least they had Jimmy G.
yeah, for sure. Hey, but
How do you feel about it?
I don't feel. I'm telling you, man. I'm a hard cookie to crack because I mean, I was waiting for Jimmy G. I like Jimmy G. Like Jimmy G always wins football games. He ain't he's not Cousins from Minnesota, but
Oh my god.
hey, I
Okay,
play.
look, don't worry. Look, we'll pick up on him in a little bit.
Yo,
But you know what? Another thing I heard on the radio today is they're gonna say, do you think Jimmy G's ever been more motivated to play well? Because after all these people doubting him, saying that he can't win the big game, and then having his spot taken by Trey Lance, and now you add in the fact that it's a contract year for him. If he plays well, he might be able to sign a 4-year, $100 million contract next
yeah.
year. You never know.
You know with Jimmy, it's always been about green, man. Like this dude, he just attracts dollar bills, and he has all this.
Jimmy G. That's why they call
Hey,
him that.
man.
Jimmy G.
He has all these incentives in his contract. I don't know what the exact numbers are, but it's like stupid. If he does well this year, he can make like an extra couple mil. So Jimmy G sees a chance for green. He's in there ready to play.
Okay, yeah. See, I didn't know that, so that's good for him.
Talk about injuries though. Let's go to the Titans real quick. We on the NFT Armchair Quarterback Podcast. We ready to go. The Titans, Derrick Henry hurt his foot last year, and now their offense is lackluster, or so it looked. I think it was Monday night.
Their offense looks like it's non-existent. That's what it looks like to me.
Yo, did they have a scrub in there like in the third quarter? And were they running the option?
I don't know what they did. In the third quarter, they ended up giving 30 points or something like that. So I don't know what they did in the third quarter. They scored 0 and they gave up 31, I think.
Yo, that's a bad recipe for success.
I remember my friend said at halftime it was 7-10, and he was like, "Oh, he's like, oh, I think they might cover the spread," and I was like, "Oh, okay, maybe." And then next thing you know, in the fourth quarter, he's like, "No, scratch that. They're not gonna cover the spread."
No, Titans, man, killing me. The Vikings
They
were killing me too, man. That was a
what?
bad game to watch.
Everyone is gonna blame Kirk Cousins, but they're not gonna see or remember all those passes the wide receivers dropped.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? There was at least 3, 4 balls right on the money, and wide receivers dropped them. Also, on top of that, that Philadelphia defense was getting their hands in there first quarter. They were getting their hands in there, forcing these wide receivers to drop the ball as well. So a lot of it, a lot of credit's got to be given to the Philadelphia defense. Their cornerbacks and their DBs came to play, and they were ready.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
also their scheme of shutting down Jefferson, man. Jefferson was just running around mad. He's like, why am I covered all the goddamn time?
When I saw that pressure up front, it kind of reminded me of that Super Bowl team that they had. Of course, they had some good DBs that year, but
Yeah.
it's just kind of like stout defensively, albeit the offense seemed to be able to move a little bit better. But let me get to Hurts real quick. I don't care if you win a game by 40 points. I mean, he had a good statistical game, same with kind of like a Tua, but it's going to be clutch time. That's where I need to see the dude come through too. That's like kind of like his next step. Even if it's in the regular season, I mean, you don't really call it clutch, but in those last couple minutes where the game's on the line, that's where I got to see him come in next. That's Hurts and Tua, both those dudes.
Yeah. The Vikings defense did force a couple of good turnovers
Yeah.
towards the end. There was that.
The special teams, right? That block?
Yeah, the block.
There you go.
That the guy almost took it back. And then there was the screen play that they disrupted.
Okay.
And they got an interception off of that.
See?
But then both of those plays, the Vikings went down into the red zone, and Kirk Cousins threw 2 picks both times. It was just a little bit. He was just trying to force it, and then a little bit was just good defense, good coverage, you know?
Yeah. I mean, you can't. If they got a good scheme on a dude, then you got to go somewhere else. I think that's kind of Patrick Mahomes' motto this year. You got a plethora of receivers, and these NFL receivers, they're good. Like,
Yeah.
it's no joke. And so, if you ain't willing to go to your dudes, then what do you really expect?
Yeah, for sure. And then a lot of it on the offensive end for the Eagles, Hurts was scrambling around, just looking very poised, very comfortable back there, kind of like a young Russell Wilson is where I'm thinking. He's just scrambling around, using his feet, getting his 4 or 5 yards, and then sliding or completing a 10-yard pass after getting away from the pressure.
Mm-hmm.
He played really well yesterday, man. You know, hats off to him.
All right. Give him credit. What are the 2 things you need for every football game? Beer and jerky. Now, guys, if you have not had Bandit's Jerky out of El Paso, Texas, then you have not experienced jerky. Go to their Instagram page today at Bandits Jerky 915. That's Bandits Jerky 915. Over there, you can place an order today for one of their 4 different flavors. All these flavors are here to satisfy your cravings, especially on Sunday when it's time for football. They have red chili, lemon pepper, original flavor, and green chili. All these flavors you guys can order today by reaching out to Bandits Jerky on Instagram at Bandits Jerky 915. And when you are enjoying your Bandits Jerky, make sure you take a picture, put it to your Instagram story, and tag at Bandits Jerky 915. Everybody, thank you for listening to the NFT Quarterback Podcast. Let's get back into the show. Let's go. Thursday night game was already a long time ago. Was that Chiefs and Chargers?
Yeah, Chiefs and Chargers. Mahomes looked good, man. Mahomes out there flinging it around. They had that 99-yard
kickoff play, right?
Yeah, interception going the other way.
I think the game was tied at that point. Was it like 17-17 when that happened?
It was close. I think they were about to tie it. I think it was like 10-17, and then that would have made it 17-17.
Okay.
That they flipped it, and it kind of reversed it. And it was crazy because the Chargers were doing so well, just one or two key plays here and there, and the Chiefs just came out with the victory again.
Yeah.
They kind of had the Chargers numbers here for a while now.
The Chargers need to step up. The Chargers need to step up. The Raiders need to step up. The Raiders always need to step up. But they never do. They never do, man.
You know what? The Raiders, I don't know what the hell happened. They were up 20-0 at halftime.
Were they playing the Cardinals too?
They were playing the goddamn Cardinals.
Oh, my goodness. Yo.
Dude.
I had no faith in the Cardinals after last week. I had no faith in them after the first half of that game.
I know, yeah. I stopped watching the damn game.
Yo.
And then the Raiders, they were chugging along, going down, and then the guy just made a good play on it. The Cardinals defender. He just made a good play on it. It's unfortunate, but
hey man,
I got a bunch of Raider friends that are fans, and they're all just shitting on the Raiders. They're trying to blame Derek Carr, this and that. I'm just like, it's not like Derek Carr was the guy that fumbled the ball. Hunter Renfrow, he fumbled the ball. It's not like Renfrow dropped the ball on purpose. The defender came up and knocked it out of there.
Yeah. Yeah, so
but that's the thing, right? When like the defense comes up and makes a good play, like the team that wins, right? Their defense plays well. The opposing team, they're always gonna be like, well, you gotta blame someone. It's like you can't just say, oh, well, their defense is just good. People are always looking for a scapegoat. So in the Raiders game, they're trying to blame Carr, and now in this Eagles and Vikings game, they're trying to blame Cousins. Like, oh, well, he's just throwing picks. He's not good. Like, well, no, he's obviously a good quarterback. It's just that the Eagles defense and their scheme was just well drawn out, well executed.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, there's 22 people that's got to play a football game. I mean, you got 11 on offense, 11 on defense, and you can't just say, it's always the quarterback's fault. The quarterback, he gets a lot of the glory, a lot of the blame, but when defenses step up and defenses kind of overpower an offense, it becomes really obvious, like who are the stronger teams. Because, yeah, I mean, you just think of like a Carolina Panthers going 15-1. They make it to the Super Bowl, play good defense, bomb out.
Yeah.
You don't see that too often in the regular season, but if you're seeing like good defensive play right now, good special teams play right now, like the Vikings with that blocked field goal, then I see a lot of promise on those teams, even though they're losing early.
Yeah, right. I mean, even though they lost, they did. I think they held them in the fourth quarter. I think neither team scored in the fourth quarter. I could check that, but the game could have definitely gone away from them. They only had 7 points, and it's crazy to think because Minnesota's supposed to be the team that's known for a very good offense, right?
Yeah.
So when you're held at 7 points, something happened there. It's not just some fluke.
Yeah, true that. All right, let's get into some other games. Let's see. Cardinal, we talked about. Niners, we talked about. They won against the Seahawks, but that was really kind of like there wasn't much of a game. The Bengals and the Cowboys. Did you watch that one?
I didn't watch it, but I heard some bad things about Burrow.
Yeah, Joe Burrow is getting eaten alive, man.
I heard something about if he keeps going like this, he'll get sacked 100 times this season. That's what I heard. I don't really know the numbers right now, but
hey, I seen Jim Rome put out a tweet that the Bengals offensive line actually got worse, even though they paid all that money for him.
It's crazy to think.
Yeah, but when you're watching them play, I was like, I was thinking they were going the other direction because they just keep running backwards and he keeps falling down. I thought they were trying to get the yards in the other direction.
Yeah, he got sacked 6 times.
Holy crap.
That's a little too much.
And then what was Chase doing in that game? Like he had some clutch third down catches because it was a close game. It was basically Cincinnati was coming back the whole game, but it was close and they tied it up.
Chase had 54 yards, 5
nothing.
catches. So yeah, man, the Cowboys held them. They surprised me. I thought the Cowgirls were just gonna roll over and die.
Yeah, I think that's what everybody was thinking. But yeah, they just came to play. I mean, Zeke was actually getting yards. They started him off. I think I seen he had 3 carries for 18 yards, and then he had like, oh shoot, 11 carries for 38 yards or something like that. So his first couple carries were good, but then after that he started slowing down.
I see he went 15 carries for 53 yards. Pollard had 9 carries for 43 yards. So,
real quick on Pollard, that's the secret weapon right there because he's good.
Yeah, Pollard is good, and they like him, and let me see.
They ain't afraid to use him. Even with that big money on Zach, they ain't afraid to use Pollard.
They should have traded. They should have traded his ass when they had the chance, instead of paying him all that money. Then Pollard could just be getting all these touches.
Yeah, and on a good deal too. Running back deals, man, you never hear about running backs getting big money. You know what I'm saying?
They're just not worth it.
Hell no.
It's not worth it. And then, honestly, it's sad to say, but they're just not the same after 1 or 2 injuries.
No. You got Mostert was like the Super Bowl running back for the 49ers back when they played the Chiefs. And then now he's playing for Miami. So I don't know how well he's doing over there, but it's just kind of curious because he had like an ACL thing too. And then now he's playing over in Miami.
Let's see, Saquon Barkley he was running a little bit. Let me see. He got 21 carries for 72 yards. So that's okay.
21 for 72? But look at his passing too. He catches passes, don't he?
Let me see. Barkley got 3 catches for 16 yards.
Okay.
So that's not bad.
Yeah.
Danny Dimes, 22 for 34, 176 yards, 1 TD, no picks.
That's good. That's good right there.
Yeah, so the no picks thing, that's a good thing.
Yeah. But I mean, the 176 is kind of weak. But I mean, what you got? Saquon Barkley has another however many yards. And what was the score in that Giants game, though? They won that, didn't they?
Yeah, they barely scraped by in that. They won that 19-16.
That's right.
Well, Baker is 0-2 right now.
Yo, Baker 14 for 29, 145 yards and 1 TD. Here's the interesting part on the Panthers. McCaffrey, 15 carries for 102 yards, and then he has 4 catches for 26 yards.
So it looks like McCaffrey's doing well, so that's okay. That's good then.
Yeah. Baker ran it for 6 times. He ran it 6 times for 35 yards. Shoot.
That's not bad. Let's see. But yeah, that's a low-scoring game. That was been a boring-ass game to watch.
Yo, the hottest game was the Dolphins and the Ravens.
Oh yeah, I was watching that on Red Zone. Man, that was insane. That was insane. They had no answer for Tyreek Hill. They had no answer for him at all. They were just looking at him. Oh, there he goes.
Let me pull up this.
There he goes again.
I'm gonna pull up the stats for you. Tyreek Hill, 11 receptions, 190 yards, 2 touchdowns. Yo, Waddle, 11 receptions, 171 yards, 2 touchdowns.
You know what's crazy is that the Ravens were up big at the beginning. Let me see. We'll have that start. 7-0, 7-7, 14-7, 21-7, 28-7.5.
Damn.
And then 28-14, 35-14.
35-14. And then the Dolphins scored.
Lamar Jackson, a 79-yard run. That was a touchdown.
Crazy.
Jeez. And the fourth quarter is basically all fucking
Miami.
Yeah, fourth quarter started 35-14. 3 minutes in, Miami scores 35-21, 35-28, 35-35. And then they kick a field goal, and then they go down and score another touchdown. They're just
crazy, Miami. I guess Tyreek Hill. People saying now like he was the best decision Miami ever made. Like the idea that opening up the field or taking the top off the defense is the greatest asset that Miami could ever had. What do you think about that?
I mean, I think the trade worked out for both parties because Tua needed some help, and then it saved the Chiefs some money, and they got some stock or got some draft stock in return. So I think it worked out for both teams for sure.
Nice. And then you had, of course, the Jets. Didn't they do a comeback too? The good old Browns tried to. All they had to do was run to the clock.
I don't know what happened there, but you know what? I like that guy. What's his name? Robert Saleh, the coach.
Robert Saleh, yeah.
I like that coach. So I'm happy that they got a victory. Everybody was hating on them after week 1. So that's good for them, man. I like that coach. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Another coach I like is the Lions coach. I think they got a victory this weekend.
Yeah, for sure. What they had though? They beat the Commanders.
Over the Commanders.
As they should have. The once known Washington football team. So they won 36-27. So they're at 500. I think that whole NFC North, are they sitting at 500 right now?
Yeah, man. Everyone in that damn division is 500.
What's up with that? Who'd they put in the front?
I mean, I know the Vikings got a divisional win, so they should be in the front.
Yeah, I'm checking it right now. Why are you showing me the AFC? I type NFC, it shows me AFC. Come on. Vikings at the top. Bears are at the bottom. You know, the Bears, they look bad. Hey, did you hear what the Bears quarterback said after the game?
No, I heard a little about it, but I don't know exactly what he said.
He said the players feel the loss worse than the fans because the players are the ones putting in all the work.
Well, I mean, he's true. He's not lying.
Yeah, he just offended his whole fan base, though. Don't you think?
Yeah, I think that's what they were talking about today on the radio. They said he was. You don't know what was said to him from the field into the locker room. Maybe that question may have just stirred him or pushed him the wrong way.
No,
but yeah, he's got to be a little smarter about that.
Yeah, I mean, even you'd never, because the fans are your money makers. You know, they buy the tickets, so this guy can put diamonds on his dinner plate, and then he's gonna be out there. I'd be pumping the fans up, like, yo, they feel it worse than us. You know, we doing it for the city, blah blah
blah. Bullshit a little bit, like, oh yeah, these fans out here, they paying money for us. You know, it must hurt for them way more because I'm getting paid to do this.
Yeah, because
Is that what you want to hear him
That's
say?
like the player. He goes home. He gets the money from the fans, and the fans go home without their money because after they pay for parking and hot dogs and seats,
Oh yeah,
they go home hurting. I mean, they really hurting.
he's going home to his filet mignon.
Yeah, his chef. The chef cooking it up while he on the bus. Man, he gonna hop in his Ferrari, drive on home. See, yeah, I think the fans feel it way worse if you think about it.
I mean, when you put it like that, I could see that a little bit for
Yeah.
sure.
It does suck. I mean, he does have to go and work at a place where he has to like work out all day and eat healthy. That must be tough on him.
Yeah, right. These fools burn so many calories, man. They can eat whatever the hell they want.
Yeah, that's
Only a very small percentage of them are actually taking their diet serious. I can guarantee that, bro.
from the NFL.
Yeah, the NFL, especially because there's so many goddamn pauses, bro. Timeouts and this and that.
Yo, they probably playing for the Colts if they not focusing on their diet.
Hey, you know what's crazy is everyone thought Matty Ice was gonna go over there, change things. I think they thought it was like 2010 Matty Ice,
Yeah.
not 22 Matty Ice.
Hey man,
Yeah.
they don't offer Matty Ice in a 22 pack.
Oh my gosh. They think, I don't know. Matty Ice looking a little slow, if you ask me.
Ooh, ooh.
That might have to hit his ass.
Yo, I mean the Jaguars just stomped them. The world of NFTs is growing rapidly. Get in there today. Go over to partymansion.io to get yourself set up on the Party Mansion Party Goobs Discord channel. That's where the party is really happening in the NFT world. If you're into artwork, digital artwork, go over and check out the Party Mansion at partymansion.io. Trevor Lawrence, thank you. There you go.
Okay, yeah, I think. Remember, I told you last week Trevor Lawrence looked good.
Yeah, you said that.
Yeah, he was. They may have caught an L last week, but I'm telling you, that guy, he's getting better, man. He's progressing.
Yeah, but I knew Trevor Lawrence was going to be good the second he told Urban Meyer off. Like, he was like, yo, why isn't this running back in the game? Why are you sitting this dude? Like, he was telling the coach that, And that's kind of the moment I thought, okay, this dude's going to be something in the league,
Yeah, that's what's up. That's what a quarterback should be doing, sticking up for his guys.
Yeah.
So that's good. Let's see, what else? 25 for 30. Now that's efficient.
Holy crap.
235 yards, 2 TDs, no picks. See, there you go. That's how it's done.
Oh, man. That's hot.
That is what you call efficient.
See how many people he threw to, man. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 different receivers.
Yep.
And like 6 of them had multiple catches.
6, 7, 3, 3, 3, 2. Yeah. 78, 46, 33, 33, 23. Yeah, so he shared the ball around quite a bit.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't even want to look at the Colts. Look, Matt Ryan, 3 interceptions.
Jeez.
This one running back for the Colts has negative rushing yards. He averaged negative 1.5 on 2 carries.
That means that line isn't very good then.
This supposed to be Jonathan Taylor's team, right? 9 carries, 54 yards.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, bad.
I mean, yeah, why do you only get 9 carries?
Yeah, they should be getting like 30 or something. Maybe they're trying to play catch up, trying to play that was it like 99 Rams only throw the ball catch up.
Oh, you know what? So look, it says right here he was sacked 5 times, but he was rushed 31 times.
Holy
Matt Ryan.
crap!
So they were They were just eating that line up. That's what happened there.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know if their line is injured or it's not very good.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the NFT Quarterback Podcast. A special thanks to our guest, Danny Singh, for coming on the program, always being ready with his football knowledge. The production of this episode was sponsored by RMT Books. If you guys are looking to get your name out there, to get your brand out there, go to rmtbooks.com and get yourself set up today.